there is something I did forget last week. And yes, I know, patience drivers, who needs them? But when it comes to Skaven, you don't need patience, you need bait. You need to know just the right thing that is going to bring them out of their little tunnels and spot them just as they scurry into view. Because here's the thing about Skaven. They are egotistical and power hungry. It's in their nature to be. They will backstab anyone, grab onto as much power as they can, and are egomaniacal rat bastards that don't give a crap about anyone else but themselves. I suppose that, compared to how Uncle used to be, they were two rats in a nest together. Skaven strive for their own wants, their power, their glory, their things. So how do you get one out of hiding? Good question, because Skaven are cowards after all. Every single one of them. They know that if they go into a fair fight, they lose. And then there is me, the one piece of talent in this company that actually advocates for a fair fight. It's no wonder Khan was going away in fear. He's afraid of a fair fight. He knows I have Malice Prime waiting in the shadows on the off chance that some Saturday morning cartoon villain bullshit shenanigans that Khan pulls off will be shut down by the Prime himself. He knows that I will do everything to make it fair, and that's why he doesn't want to contend with me. Fairly, at least. So how does one fight fairly, but not at the same time? By adapting my strategies to make things unfair, by giving Khan every possible advantage to draw him out. And just when he's about to take the bait, he gets caught. Like a rat in a cage.
Good evening, Multiverse! And welcome to another exciting episode of MNW Warzone. I'm your host, Warzone General Manager Jerry Aldini. And we have a great show, as always, planned for you. But first, I have to ask a question. And I need somebody out there who speaks the language better than I do. I just need to know one thing. Is Skaven a racially insensitive term? Are we gonna get canceled for using it? Because it sounds like a slur. I don't know the culture. Somebody has to tell me. Because I got my my fact checker is saying no, it's fine, Jerry. Okay, all right. I didn't know. But yeah, as we build up to Future Shock on March 30th. 30th? Yes, 30th. It is just going to be an absolute battle between the Nightmare Project Con and the undisputed future R. Sawyer. We have so much else going on. As we build up, we are still waiting for a final word as who will face El Albatros at Future Shock. We might find out. We are going to hear from the Multiversal Heavyweight Champion later in the evening. There is also the outstanding question of who will be the fourth entrant into the fatal four-way match to determine the number one contender for Johan Mjoln's Nexus Titan Championship. Also, we have matches tonight. We have ICC versus Wild Boys. Twice! We have another training match for the Absolute Units. And we have in your main event, a member of Hero Time going up against a member of Los Villanos Ingobernables. And by that, I mean to say, it's going to be a night building up to Future Shock. But one other question stands out, and that is, what status do we have? Who is going to face Adrian Driscoll at Future Shock? So many people want to step up and get a shot at the TTB belt, but Driscoll has said that to get that shot, they need to make a mark. Well, one person has some thoughts about that, and he is heading to ringside, and he is someone Driscoll is very familiar with. He is the locker room leader. He is the living legend. He is the professional. And let's hear what he has to say. All I know is he's going to address, as he put it, the Driscoll question. Greetings, Multiverse. Now, before I get down to business, I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment and give a little shout out to my old friend, Sir Unkley Dunk. Unkley, I'm so proud about how you've turned yourself around. It's a genuine pleasure to see. And keep up the good work. I'm pulling for you. Now, Driscoll. I think it's about high time that I put an end to you. The roster is in a flurry because of you and your dealings. You are sowing chaos. And now, I think it's time that is dealt with, because who knows who you're going to pursue next. But I would like to remind you that I am the only person who has ever beat you cleanly. In all of MNW, I am the only one who has your number. And I intend to take that TTV title away before it can cause any more damage. And I know you're going to come forth and say, well, you have to make a deal. Well, I have a deal for you, Driscoll. And my deal is this. Why don't you step up and see if you can get that victory back, if you can actually beat the man who put you down. Well, decisive words from the professional, as one would expect. Calling Driscoll out, but not in a bullying, not in a threatening, just in a true challenge. I've beaten you. See if you can get it back. Works for me. But we'll, of course, have to see what Driscoll has to say on the matter. But that will, I'm sure, come in all due time. Now it's time to get on with our program. We have a booked night, folks. It's going to be crazy. And as I said, we have so many matches dealing with so many rivalries, so many things coming up for future. What, Phyllis? What? What? Phyllis, we haven't even had the first match yet. Phyllis, what do you mean? You got, all right, the cameras are set up. Can't believe, we're just starting the show. Okay, I know, you don't do this all to me on purpose. Is it ready? Great. Let's head backstage, folks. It's going crazy backstage. Because Johan Yon is attacking Buck Bumble. Folks, Buck Bumble is one of the 3 already announced entrants into that fatal 4-way to win the right to challenge Johan at Future Shock for the Nexus Titan Championship. And Johan last week called everyone that's already been claimed for that match lackluster. Oh! Sitting powerbomb on the concrete. Folks, we haven't even, right through the table. Folks, we haven't even announced the 4th entrant. That is going to be announced later tonight. And Johan's done. Wait, where's he going? Oh, it's the Punk Master Ghost. Another of the 4 entrants of the 3 announced. Guess he heard what Johan was doing and figured he was on the menu anyway. Oh! Charging into PM. And just hurling him about. I'm going to say Johan has a very unfair advantage. He once fought Gorm for 7 days straight in the backstage area. No one knows the backstage. The only person who really knows the backstage as well as Johan is Gorm. There, and PM is really fighting back. But now the Son of Thunder's raining blows on the Punky Phantom. Oh! He's trying to slap the taste out of his mouth. And a Luthez press on the concrete. I mean, in a lot of ways, it's a good thing the Punk Master Ghost is already dead. Otherwise, I'd be worried about him. Even then, he has been hospitalized once, so things could happen. And just hammering elbows to the Ghost. Oh! Into that window. Oh, he smashed it with the Ghost's head. And now he's leaving the scene of the crime. And wait, why is he picking up a trash can? Oh! Tommy Black! He's going after the 3rd of the announced entrants, the Ginger Boy, Tommy Black. The person he cheated out of the Nexus Titan Championship. And I'm calling it out. He cheated out and out. Oh, and now throwing a stop sign at the Mad Lad of London. No. Oh, Tommy stopped. I don't think he wanted to hurt that, whoever's car that is. Folks, we haven't even had our first match of the night. Oh, onto the windshield. Somebody leave insurance information. We haven't even had our first match yet. Well, we got security's getting back there. It's all craziness. And the folks who are supposed to be at gorilla position for that first match, were off to the side spectating for reasons. So I get, and now we have somebody coming out to ringside. Because apparently I'm not running tonight. All right, let's head down to the ringside. Because we have one half of the tag champions, Alistair Evergreen, in the ring with a microphone. Greetings, my beautiful subjects. 'Tis I, your loving monarch, Alistair Evergreen. And I am here to address the sadness of this attempt at our belts. It's such a foregone conclusion that Gunner and I will beat Gorm and Dagrick. That we'll beat TPK. We just manhandled them so badly last week. I'm not sure what little hot streak they feel they had that qualified them to challenge for our tag championships. They had a debut and it was flashy, and they have Draco Rex to give them their little Faerun themed coterie, but in the end, does any of that really matter against the glory of the... Well, looks like someone's taken exception. It is the Fey King, Dagarick, coming out to face the Monarch of Laveria, Alistair Evergreen. Now, they had a Conference of Kings, which led to the decision to allow TPK to challenge for the belts. Oh, I see someone's feeling really sure of himself, aren't you? But let me remind you something, Alistair. You didn't win. You didn't pin. You didn't create a submission. You won by count out. That's what is that? Oh yes, you won the coward's way. Mind your tongue, dwarf. I do not care if you are another monarch. I will not brook such disrespect to my royal personage. I won. That is what the record books show. Wow, you sound like another monarch I know. A certain old king. Oh, aren't you fancy? Oh, I won by technicality. Oh, I'm all full of shite. Well, let me put it this simple and straightforward, you braggart. I want a new match. A trios match. You think having all three of you in the ring, you, Draco, and Gorm, up against me, Gunner, and Westwind, will make any difference? Well, that is delusional. Nay, it's the bond of the party. The bond of adventurers who go out, watch each other's backs, and go for guts and glory. I'll be there with my mates. What say ye? You know what? I accept, not because I think you have any possible merit, Daggerick, but simply to shut you up once and for all about this notion that you're adequate. You love throwing those insulting words around, don't you, Alistair? But the pretty words don't mean a thing. What matters is what happens in the ring. And I'll prove to you that me and TPK, when it comes down to it, can bring the thunder. And I can smell your desperation. You cannot hide the fear from a member of the Order of the Lycan. I can tell that you're desperate. The only thing I'm desperate for, doggy, is to punch you in your gob and knock some of that highfalutin fancy attitude out of you. That is what I need. All right. Well, I guess I have a match for next week. All right, next week, folks, in trios action, TPK versus the Night's Watch. So that's what's going on. But hey, folks, I got great news for you. Now that we're, by my watch, 24 minutes into the show, it's time for our opening match. And as I promised, it is the first match of two tonight that will feature a member of the International Combat Club taking on one of the Wild Boys. And because you've all been so patient, it seems like the best thing to do is head to ringside.
Your opening match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, Glacerius,
the master of Street Lucha, Glacerius, representing the International Combat Club. And the ICC has the challenge before them at Future Shock to face the newly formed team of the Wild Boys. And that is going to be an interesting match because the Wild Boys might be a newly formed team, but they're all veterans.
and introducing their opponent, Grizzly Adams.
And in it's the icon of war. It is former Multiversal heavyweight champion, former face of fear, former Four Horsemen, and who knows what the hell's going on with the murder cave these days. It's Grizzly Adams. And he is coming, and he is no stranger to facing the likes of Glycerius. So let's see what kind of preview this is going to give us for Future Shock. There we are, and here we go. Oh, and Glycerius coming out strong. He knows that he has to come on and keep it a fast-paced, hard-hitting match against Adams. He has to play his speed and agility advantage. Oh! Over Adams' brute force. And so far, he is pushing that advantage as hard as he can. Now using the rope to choke Adams out. Oh, standing bulldog. And oh, top rope moonsault, nobody home. It's called high risk for a reason. And now Adams is going to bring the punishment to the master of Street Lucha. Oh, his own off the rope maneuver, a Superman punch. And now being slammed down. And now beating the drums of war. And down goes Glycerius. And Adams just waiting for him. Oh! Taken out at the knee after floating over. Well, as I said earlier, Glycerius came out strong because he knew he couldn't let Adams do what Adams is now doing. Play that strength advantage. Oh, Hurricane Rana takedown. Maybe he can get some momentum back. And around the world we go. Oh, but there are the knees. Glycerius has to remember, oh, with that DDT, Grizzly Adams is a veteran, an expert. He's been doing this a very long time. Glycerius realizing he's got to get out of this situation, try and take the momentum back, but Adams, knowing he's got that advantage, is pressing on. And a kick out at 1. Oh, what a moonsault! It's always impressive when a man his size can move like that. And hit with an enziguri kick. Laserius now sensing he might be able to take this match back. And again, just ramming his head a second time into that turnbuckle. And going for that arm drag takedown. And now going Tope Atomica. Now just chopping at Adams. And a standing moonsault on the outside. We are up to a 6 count. And now up to a 7 count. Oh, no. No, don't you dare. Laserius. And that's a cheap victory, Laserius. And with that, folks, it is, well, that's our first match, and it ended on a count out. Well, that is how the first one gotten into the books tonight. And as we are getting set up for our next match, we will remind you, this is all leading up to Future Shock on March 30th. And with that, we are going, well, now we, after last week, I kind of thought something like this would happen. A victory for Shoot Nation occurred. And as you would expect, Devin has some thoughts. But he is actually going to come to ringside and share them with you. You know, I love all this talk about the absolute units and their training. Which is great, because, yeah, they did great last year, but I don't think it's really working out for them. And I think more importantly, I pinned the former Multiversal Heavyweight Champion. And I think that means maybe I deserve a title shot. Maybe I deserve to face El Albatros. Maybe I should be the one to be in the main event at a pay-per-view. I don't think I've ever been in a main event before at a pay-per-view. And I think it's about time. But I know I'm not going to get it. I'm not crazy. There's no way, oh, you beat one guy, but I am going to throw down a challenge. Just to prove that I'm just not full of hot air. So, El Albatros, I want to face you. Not at Future Shock. I know that's asking for too much, but, we've got a couple weeks before the event. So what do you say, Alba? I think I've at least earned a match, don't you? I think I've at least earned the right to prove myself. Because that's what I do every freaking week. Every time I'm in this ring, I'm not like Juan Chance, wanting my one more chance and making a pun out of my name. No, I put in the work. I put in the effort. I go out and I get myself bloodied, and if I get knocked down, I get back up and I come at it again. So what do you say, Alba? He said he was going to address something. I honest to God, thought he was going to be asking for another tag title shot. So that was a new one on me. But that is okay. Well, we'll have to wait to hear what Alba says. I will say this: Devin is not a man lacking in self-confidence. I will also say that we are going to see his partner, the Scorpion Jack Abbott, in action later tonight. But right now, we have another match to get to, and this one is, it might stand out tonight, as it doesn't involve a feud. It doesn't involve a setup for Future Shock. It just involves two wrestlers getting into the ring and having a match. So why don't we take a moment and let's head to ringside.
The following match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, Seth Justice Jackson.
There he is, folks, Seth Jackson. Folks, he may not look it. He is one of the best investigators you're ever going to want to see. But he's not got a mystery. He's not got a case. Tonight, he's just got a match. is, folks. It is Seth Jackson, but who is he facing?
And introducing their opponent, Raphael Samson.
Now, I'd have to have the stats department look it up, but to my memory, I don't know if these two have ever faced each other in one-on-one action before. You know, Seth being an investigator and at one point a paranormal investigator, and at one point Raphael Samson being kind of, well, a saint. But now he ain't. I'm sorry. I won't ever do that again. And so Raphael now filled with the need to outshine his former partner, coming to the ring looking for nothing but his own glory. It also brings to mind a question, if you don't mind a little tangent, when last week the storyteller came out and said that Arkoff's time was at an end and that it was time for the fourth age to begin. And since then, there's been a lot of speculation. What is the fourth age? And we can ponder that question. But for right now, let's ponder this match that, yeah, if nothing else, it's probably going to be interesting. It's not often Seth Jackson doesn't have a size advantage. I'm trying in my head right now to decide, does this constitute a hoss fight? I mean, normally Seth, I think, is a bit of a hoss, but Raphael. And lifting up Seth and Snake Eyes! But don't worry, folks, if there's one thing Seth Jackson's used to, it's head trauma. And Raphael going for an early pin. Oh, bringing Ruff down. Oh, nobody home. Going for the pin. 1, 2. Oh, kick out at 2. is Seth Jackson in a Dragon Screw takedown. I think he is now reminding Raphael Sampson not to take him lightly. Oh, no. And now Seth is just standing there trading punches with Raph. I think Raph doesn't realize he's at a disadvantage. Seth Jackson has built up a tolerance to concussions. And oh, upsy daisy goes Seth. And oh, slammed in. Out he goes. And now it's time for biblical proportions. Going for the pin. 1, 2. Kick out at 2. Seth is back up. Oh, clothesline. Chopping down. 1, 2, 3.
And your winner, Seth Jackson.
And Seth Jackson with the victory. Making it clear, do not underestimate this man. And that, folks, leaves us now. Well, our next match is going to be another one of those, matches leading up to Future Shock. It'll be our second match featuring the ICC versus a member of the Wild Boys. But that's not the next thing we're doing. No. Folks, you may notice that unlike the last 6 weeks, we did not open the show with a match in the Best of 7 series between Osman Killick and Tiki the Troll. We're giving them a little bit of a rest before that 7th match, because it will be the decisive match. And I think I have figured out what the prize will be. They told me, Jerry, will leave the winner gets up to you. So while we ponder that, we're going to go to ringside and hear from one of those two combatants. Specifically, we are going to hear from the Jin himself, Osman Killick. Greetings, my very good friends in the audience. It's always a pleasure. And I want to be very clear that I have enjoyed these last several weeks and my contest with Tiki the Troll. I have an abundance of respect for Tiki, and honestly, I'm almost sad to see it come to an end, for it has been so exhilarating. But I want you all to rest assured that I, Osman Killick, will be the one to come out victorious. And I want you to know, I have had, as I believe Jerry said when I came out, he and I have had a talk. And we believe we have settled on a suitable reward for the winner. Now, many of you are probably wondering, well, that's wonderful, Osman. But when? When will we see the finale? Well, I'm afraid you are going to have to exercise patience. For in the wisdom of our general manager, Jerry Aldini has decreed that the final match of our Best of 7 series will be on March 23rd. The go-home show for Future Shock. What better time? And that's right, folks. For your go-home show before Future Shock, Osman Killick, Tiki the Troll, the 7th and final match of their Best of 7 series. And don't worry, I ran the idea. I also talked with Tiki. It wasn't just Osman. I play fair. But I do believe we have come up with a prize I feel befitting for this series and its wrestlers. Because if you're going to do something like this, you need something that fits. You need something that has the right gravitas and has the right feel, that is a satisfying conclusion and not some moment where you're sitting there going, what just happened? So, on the 23rd, we will see that match. But now, right here, right now, as I promised, our second match tonight featuring a member of the International Combat Club and a member of the Wild Boys. And boy, I hope we get a better ending than that first match. Well, we're going to see. Let's head to ringside.
The following match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, Nice!
It is the leader of the International Combat Club. He is the Siberian Cyborg. Nice! Ice! And he is looking forward to trying to humble one of the Wild Boys. Folks, we already saw Grizzly Adams, so there's only two possible choices. And I hope he's ready, because we call them Wild Boys for a reason. And Nice Ice, who feels that all are equal under him.
And introducing their opponent, Croc-Vor!
Folks, it is the Cajun Cryptid, the Bayou Boy himself, Croc-Vor. Looking to put a death roll on the Siberian Cyborg. I understand that he is planning on cooking up a special batch of gumbo for Future Shock. Oh, double kick! Well, that's something you don't see every day. But Croc recovered first, but now he's gotten himself in the tree of woe. And now getting slammed around by Nice Ice. This is almost the reverse of the first matchup in the size difference. Glycerius versus Grizzly Adams. Now it's Croc-Vor versus Nice Ice. Hoisting Croc up. Oh, and getting that shoulder. Oh, and just the disrespectful step. Nice Ice. Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure this is the best use of your time? Oh, I guess so. Double a hammer strike. But Croc get rolling out of the ring and getting back. Oh! Headbutt to the gulags. And now a suplex. And I thought we were going to get a feeding frenzy, but no, he's just, sometimes you just got to punch the hell out of a man. Oh, and he's biting the fingies. And now going for a pin. One. Just a one count. Oh, and bringing him down. I have to ask, when you're biting Nice Ice, is it like biting tinfoil? And if you've never bitten tinfoil, you'll understand. And again, biting the fingies. And here we go. It's time for the feeding I'm not right. It wasn't the feeding frenzy. It was just a lot of headbutts. But now we're getting into some death roll. Oh! Over the top rope. Suicide dive. Oh, against the barricade. Back into the ring goes Croc. Getting on the top and... Oh! And he miscalculated, but he broke the count. And Croc fighting his way out. And getting back in the ring, taunting Nice Ice, saying he has to do better than Glycerius did. Oh, now it's the feeding frenzy! And going for the pin. 1, 2. Kick out at 2. Oh! I think we're about to get a swamp dive! Croc is pulling out his greatest hits. Once more to the fingies. Oh, nobody home. And, oh no, he's bringing him to the ropes. Oh, dumped over by Croc. And Croc again with those headbutts. Oh, up the steps. And up to a 5 count. Ice gets back in the ring, but Croc beats him there. I think Ice might have been trying for Galaxy Brain tactics again. But this time kind of beaten by Croc's speed. And a bear hug. But if there's one thing that Croc knows how to do, it's get out when he's being crushed by a big brute. Oh, going from big brute to big boot. And kicking him over the ropes. And back in. Oh, and the mid-rope Superman punch. Ice is still holding on, but I think he is getting more of a fight from the Cajun Cryptid than he expected. And one more time, going for a taste test of the fingies. And going for that twisting neck breaker. Oh no, that speed into a Pele kick. And I think, oh yeah, I do think that Croc wants another swamp dive.
And your winner, Croc Boy!
And Crookfor bringing a win back to the Wild Boys. And showing Nice Ice he best not go visit the swamp. And well, that was some impressive action, let me tell you. But now our next, well, as we get ready for our next match, earlier tonight when we saw the professional in the ring when he challenged Adrian Driscoll, note he started the night out by stating how very proud he was of his old friend, Sir Unkley Dunk, and how Unkley has turned his life around. We also know that Unkley Dunk has been harassed by VIP. And last week, he made a good showing on taking out Suplex Sam. Anyway, let's head down to ringside and hear what Unkley has to say for himself. First off, I want to say, professional, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. It means a lot coming from you. And on that point, I do believe I've proven that I still have the strength of a champion, and I have renewed passion after beating Suplex Sam last week. And reminder, I did it without cheating. I have learned the art of winning clean. And honestly, it feels really good. I didn't know what I was missing. But that still leaves one small problem. And that, of course, is that jackanap, Ozir Taran, who, honestly, I keep working. Why am I bothering him so? I mean, he's rich. I used to be rich. He's an asshole. I used to be an asshole. I got a feeling Ozir took offense at one of those. And here it is, the current richest man in the multiverse, Ozir Taran, confronting the former richest man in the multiverse, Sir Unkley Dunk. Sir Unkley Dunk currently working as part of MNW Janitorial when he's not wrestling. But tonight, he was able to have enough time to get out of his janitorial gear and into some proper clothes before coming to the ring. And now Ozir. Well, let's hear what Ozir has to say. Ha! Former asshole. Really? You think you're better than me? Unkley, in a moment of true desperation, you will go back to the old ways. You will become what you've always been. You see, that's where I do believe you're wrong, Ozir. You see, I've had a revelation. I've had my ways thrown in my face, and they left a bitter taste in my mouth. And ever since getting this new lease on life, I've felt wonderful. That is simply the self-delusion speaking, Unkley Dunk. All it's going to take is one bad day or one hint of power and wealth again, and you go back to what you have always been, just like me. I understand why you have to believe that, because being confronted with the idea that there's a better way, a happier way, a, dare I say, honorable way, I mean, that does sort of threaten your entire life view, doesn't it? You clearly need to be shown what your proper path is, Ugly Dunk. You do not belong with these lowborns. You belong in the heights with me. But I'm going to make this simple, Sir Ugly Dunk. I challenge you to a match at Future Shock. Yes, no, that. Well, that was kind of expected, honestly. A match. I suppose there'll be... You know, who cares? I accept. And, Uncle, I am... Ozzy? No, I will not go back to what I was before. Oh, is that the hint of doubt I hear in your voice, Uncle Dunk? That little voice in the back of your head going, what if Ozzy Taran is right, as Ozzy Taran is in all things? We will have this match, and when it's over, I will show you your true face. No. I have worked very hard. I have gone through actual hardship. I was living in an actual dumpster. Was sharing it with a family of raccoons. And let me tell you, it was awful, but I was able to pull out. I will not go back to being what I was before that. What? A winner? A champion? A man of wealth and purpose? No, who would want to go back to that? Who would want to actually matter? Uncle, you are a fool to think you are anything else. And I will prove it to you. Well, looks like Azir is working really hard to get at Sir Uncle Dunk's head. But Uncle, alright, so they're gonna alright, I got another match for Future Shock. Not really surprised that came about. Nah, just gotta hang on, I gotta get this written down in the booking app so that I don't forget it. Because not that I think I would forget that. So at Future Shock, it will be Sir Uncle Dunk versus Ozzy Taran. The rich man versus the redeemed man. And I guess it's going to ultimately be a test of Uncle's convictions. I'm going to be really interested to see what underhanded thing Ozzy Taran is going to pull, because trust me, Ozzy Taran is going to pull something under. That's just how it works. And we will definitely be looking forward to what that is. But before we can get to that, we have to get to this, and by this I mean it's time to pay some bills. It's, folks, MNW is not just the best in wrestling action. It is in fact also a business, and occasionally we have to do some paid advertising, and that brings in, of course, the money that brings you this great action week in and week out. So after this commercial break, we are going to see a match, a pair of matches, in fact, that will be continuing the training arc of the Absolute Units, folks. See you after the break.
Don't you just hate it when you're in a great one-on-one match, going up for a fly-high and moonsault, when you totally miss and eat more turnbuckle than a ravenous George the Animal Steel? Then you, my friend, might need to get your eyes checked. Hi, I'm former professional wrestler Dr. See It Coming, and we here at Eye to Eye Optometrists specialize in glasses, contact lenses, and overall eye health for the wrestling impaired. Our flexible, one-of-a-kind contact lenses are guaranteed to fit all sizes and be a comfort fit even as you get your eyes poked out by your mortal enemy. We even have some eyewitnesses to testify how great these eyes are. Mr. Simon the Psycho, what do you think of your new contact lenses? Oh, God! Oh, there goes our new intern. Ha ha! Come on down and book an appointment with Dr. See It Coming, and you and I will see eye to eye.
Sup, dudes? Do you want to look as gnarly as one of your favorite wrestlers on show who's holding one of the world titles from MNW? Well, you totally can, without even leaving your couch at Totally Tyler's Titles. For only $39.99, you too can own a complete replica of one of MNW's famous titles, like the MNW World Heavyweight Championship, the Tag Team, the Nexus Titan, the Interdimensional Championship, dude. So you can show off to your parents and show how gnarly you are, or you could secretly try and claim that you're formerly the title champion holder by holding a knockoff title. So come on down to Totally Tyler's Titles, where you can be a title holder today.
No official MNW wrestlers are allowed to hold the titles if they're a replica, unless you want to talk to Jim in the back.
What are you, blind, Rev? He clearly went for a roll-up reverse coil. This just can't be happening. This is some bull!
Is this you? Well, even if it isn't, I'm sure many of you have met these kinds of people, just marking up the walls of your favorite shows. Don't worry, we have the solution. With the Mark Manager. Yes, with the Mark Manager, we clean up the big marks, small marks, marks you didn't realize that were there, and marks that have always been there. We've even updated our product to help you clean off the toughest of marks.
Of course he was gonna lose the championship. If you'll look at my 42-page blog from last week, we can clearly see that the producers were going to have him. Hey, what are you doing? Huh?
So sign up and get your Mark Manager today. And remember, with a little bit of, any mark is manageable.
Fuck, it went up my nose!
Hey baby, it's me, Suplex Sam, and I'm here to tell you about my brand new experience, baby. On the Suplex Express, we're serving up hot dishes and hot meals for all your homies. It's time for Suplex Sam, the soup made for me, baby. Sam I am. Tired of your lunches being soupless? Don't worry, baby. Suplex Sam's got you covered. We got all the flavors. Wonton Wilson's, the beef drippings, the Doctor of Alphagetti, and the VI Pheromone. And of course, the signature soup, the Plex, so you can have your Suplex any day, anytime with yours truly, baby. So come on down to the Suplex Express and get yourself a can of Suplex Sam.
Are your heebies and jeebies? Are your ants in your pants? Do you get the butterflies in your stomach when you have to go up against a 400-pound, muscle-bound murder man who's trying to beat you in the ring? Don't worry, we have the solution for you. From the makers of the laxative product Let It Go comes the anti-anxiety medication Fuck It All. That's right, with a big old scoop of Fuck It All, you too can get yourself relaxed before any situation. Hand-picked and freshly squeezed from the teats of Tibetan relaxation monks. It comes with absolutely no long-term side effects. No, not at all. Yes, the anti-anxiety can make you stand up and say, Fuck it all.
Warning, this product may contain extreme doses of caffeine and methamphetamine. If consumed by more than one human, those two humans may or may not cause to duel or explode, and this product is dairy-free.
High Flyer Airlines is the leading air care for all professional wrestling. We customized our planes to fit the biggest of egos. With fine velvet and leather seats, a custom-made full banquet by Chef Manatee, and a working vocal booth, so you can make your promos while you're on the go.
Wait a minute, this isn't a bathroom!
High Flyer Airlines. We're leading the air in wrestling care.
I'm stuck inside the booth! Introducing Mizuki and Nero action figure dolls with intense hand-holding couple action, maximum lewdness. Watch the world's deadliest power couple have intense action conversations.
Honey, did you take out the dog today? I ate the dog! Very good.
Oh yeah! Push the buttons on the back of both action dolls to get both of them to be the parents of Earth. The new Mizuki and Nero action figure dolls.
Each sold separately, but then put together as a couple.
And we're back. And as promised, it is time for the first of two matches mandated as part of the training regiment of the Absolute Units, as being put forth by Sasquatch Wing, and the first of which, I'm not sure how this came about, only that it's happening. It feels kind of weird, but it's a match. So with all of that hemming and hawing, let's head to ringside.
The following match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, Absolute Adonis Washington.
It is Adonis Washington coming out for his training match after what happened last week when the units took on Shoot Nation and Devin pinned TJ. And well, you saw what that led to.
And introducing their opponent, Earl King West.
And it's the fake king. We've had 3 kings on the show tonight, folks. And again, as has been stated by Jean Tristam, the Dark Lords are here. As they put it right now, they just want to be everyone's problem. Because they are, as I understand it, biding their time. For what? I don't know. But I doubt it's good. And so it is Adonis versus Wes. And folks, here's a reminder. When Wes takes off that mask, that face, Earl King West has one of the most punchable faces in the multiverse. And immediately, Earl King West coming right out. And Adonis bringing him over. Well, trying to bring him over to the ropes, but the Earl King managed to fight his way out. Adonis getting back to that vertical base, only to be brought up and hoisted up by Wes into Snake Eyes. And Adonis responds by throwing Wes outside. Getting him into that Gordian knot. Oh, off of the Spanish announce table. And Adonis calling for Wes. Oh! Missile drop kick from all the way uptown. And Adonis back in the ring. Wes back in the ring. And Adonis with a punch to the back. Wes trying to get out, but Adonis showing some vim, some vigor, and some power. And, oh, Wes now on the upper hand. And now, Wes, Adonis, both locking up. And, oh, Adonis hoisted up. One. And now Washington whipping the Earl King into the ropes. And arm hook takeover, and oh! Over the top rope on the outside. Back into the ring and followed by Wes, but oh, Adonis was maybe showboating a little. Oh, Herd's charge! But a kick out at 2. Wes is frustrated, but he's going to deal with it. Well, he was going to try and deal with it with the wrath of the Goblin King, but Adonis blocked him. Now, Wes just stalking the ring like a wild animal. Oh, going for a dive, but scooped and countered by Washington. What? Yeah, that was... I'm with Adonis. The hell? Adonis on the outside, regathering himself and making his way back in. Oh, only to be clotheslined back out by Wes. And again, Wes going for a dive, countered by Washington. Oh, and off the steps. And now Adonis back in the ring. And Adonis not wanting to wait for him. Oh, Wes ready. And now back in the ring where the action belongs. Ah, snake eyes. And whipped into the ropes. All right! Hitting him with absolute authority. Oh, Wes whipped Adonis into the ref. And now with that leg drop, the red cap.
And your winner, Earl King West.
Well, the fake king emerges victorious, but not easily. A hell of a fight by Adonis. If it's his goal to be everyone's problem, maybe he should work harder. Just saying. That's fine. We have another match, another absolute unit member, and another opponent. And one it might be a little payback. But we're not really ready for that yet because, well, we have an announcement to make. It's an important announcement, but I won't be the one making it. So for this oh so important announcement, let's head to ringside and let's hear from Malice Prime.
Listen up, flesh bags, carbon units, whatever you feel like being called. I care not. All I care about is being victorious. And with that, I announce that I, Malice Prime, am the final entrant into that fatal four-way. The winner will get the shot to unseat the false god Johan Mjoln. For gods are illogical and before the greatness of the mechs irrelevant. Johan, you called the other three entrants beneath you. Malice concurs, but Malice is not like them. Malice will test you. Malice will torture you. Malice will obliterate you once Malice deals with the 3. Malice will emerge from Future Shock, the pay-per-view of next superiority, as the new Nexus Titan Championship. This is not a boast. This is prophecy.
Well, and there you have it, folks. The 4th entrant into that fatal 4-way. It will be Malice Prime. So there's your 4 entrants. Malice Prime, the Ginger Boy Tommy Black, the Latino B Buck Bumble, and the Punky Phantom Punk Master Ghost. Whatever happens, I do believe Johan Mjolnir will have his hands full come Future Shock. And now that is done, it is time for the second of the Absolute Units training matches. We have seen last week, now as we saw earlier tonight, last week, Devin pinned TJ the Meat Gable during the Units versus Shoot Nation. And he feels that based on that, he should get a crack at El Albatros to prove that he's worthy to face for the Multiversal Heavyweight Championship. And this next match is just sort of an upshot of all of that. So, no time like the present. Let's head to ringside.
The following match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, Forrest T. Wade.
The tax man cometh. And folks, remember, it's tax season is upon us. Get your filing done early. I am currently getting the last of my receipts together to turn over to Forrest. I expect another great return this year like he gets me every year. But right now, taxes are the farther thing from his mind. Training is, and so he takes on this person.
And introducing their opponent, the Scorpion, Jack Abbott.
Well, last week the Units lost to Shoot Nation. We heard what Devin thinks he deserves. And now it's time for the Scorpion Jack Abbott to come out and see if he can continue that winning streak by taking down the Fortress. And here we go. And there is a message sent out to Jack by Devin saying, "Get him, Jack." I see we also have a social media post from a little bit ago from Absolute, from Adonis, but we'll get to that after the match. And right now, Abbott, Abbott, not a good shape. That's a whole lot of wrestler about to slam down on him. Oh, Abbott got out of the way. All right, going for a sling blade. That is a Absolute Unit specialty. And of course, at the ringside, Sasquatch Wing looking on. DDT. Currently, Abbott trying to hold his advantage against Forrest. Working the arm of the Fortress. And, going there for that slam, but Forrest got out of the way. Jawbreaker. Oh, hung out to dry. Maybe not the best time to show off the goods there, Forrest. Oh, and now he's caught in deduct this. And finally, he manages to break the hands and drag Forrest over. And looks like, sometimes you gotta be careful trying to bear hug a big guy like that. Kick out at one. And Forrest, I see. You can see where Abbott was going. Good eye on Wade. And a discus punch. And back into the ring. Oh, slamming down with that elbow. Pushed off by Abbott. And again, hung out to dry. And now Abbott getting rid of that turnbuckle. Oh, I think he might have regretted that. I think his face bounced off of it. And, getting caught up. Getting wrapped up. Death and taxes. And a float over DDT. And a snap suplex as the ref knits a new turnbuckle from the looks of it. And trying to flip Forrest over into the Scorpion's tail. And Forrest survives. And a kick out at 2. Oh, taking Forrest down from all the way uptown. And now back in the ring. Going up again. Caught! And now scoop slammed. And then a discus punch. And we're up to a 6 count. And Forrest throwing him back in the ring. And again, death and taxes.
And your winner, Forrest G. Wade.
And the Fortress is victorious with death and taxes. It is his time of year, after all, when he's at his most powerful. And as I said, there was some posts on social media. First came from Adonis Washington after his match saying that was twisted and hard, but I did my best and enjoyed it. And as he got into the backstage area, Forrest wrote, "Debt paid in full." And that's what happens. The units get that victory back. And now it is time. And Sasquatch Wing also tweeting out saying units are improving. Keep this up and hope TJ paying attention too. We can hope. We can only hope. I'm sure he is. I mean, he was a champion. And I'm sure that he is going to look forward for a chance to prove himself again. And as we are getting ready for our main event. But before we can get to that main event, we have one last stop we have to make. Interestingly related to our main event. And who are we going to hear from? Well, a person that when he wants to talk in the ring, he gets to talk in the ring. Because he is your multiversal heavyweight champion, El Albatros. And it's going to be interesting because El Albatros, well, one of his big feuds right now is with one of the wrestlers in our main event, the Blue Hood. I have been pondering the words of Nakano Kirishima and have concluded that he may have a point. Blue Hood has adopted this new persona, but in the end, he is still held back. He is held back by the foolish pageantry of his heroics. He has a hero team to fall back on. He even has a new sidekick. It would be pathetic. It is pathetic how he can't ever make it to the top. Even Eustace Aragon has held the multiversal title, but the Blue Hood stands as one of the last of the MNW Old Guard to have never held my title. And Blue Hood, I'm going to be very clear. At Future Shock, this will continue. At Future Shock, Hood, you will not defeat me. Yes, you are getting your title shot. But it will be a hollow moment for you. For you will know the crush of disappointment. I remember the old days, Hood, when you were but a boy. Do you remember those days? Do you remember what it was to be Daver Boy? You should, because it was a very apt name for you. You are a boy in a mask in the world of men. Well, that's just mean. And I don't know that it's very accurate. But it is accurate that, as he said, Blue Hood has never managed to get to the top of the mountain. But maybe that will change come Future Shock, no matter what El Albatross has to say. But first, the Blue Hood tonight will have to face one of Alba's top lieutenants. When the Blue Hood takes on the mad genius of Lucha, Ignacio Cervantes. And it's time. Everything else is done. It's time for your main event. So say it with me. Let's do this.
The following match is scheduled for one fall and is your main event. Introducing first, Ignacio Cervantes.
Ignacio comes to the ring. Now, we don't know exactly what came of this, but last week, Ignacio took a meeting with Adrian Driscoll. And all he would say was he didn't want a shot at Adrian's TTV championship. He wanted to make a deal for something else. Something he said was far more important. Now, they went and found some place to hold a meeting. They didn't want to do it in front of the crowd. So we don't know what came of that, but we don't know if a deal was struck or what.
And introducing their opponent, the Blue Hood.
And it is the Blue Hood, member of Hero Time, one of the Midnight Riders, and one of the MNW Old Guard. Predating even the time of the Inquisition. And he is vowed to stop whatever scheme Los Villanos has brewing. And as part of that, he is vowed to take the multiversal title off of El Albatros. But first, he's got to get past El Albatros's top lieutenant. And again, little duck and weave, little mind game, and Ignacio takes an early lead. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. And oh, Hurricane takedown. And oh, another one, but from all the way uptown. And a jumping sit-down powerbomb, or not powerbomb, facebuster. And by that I mean bulldog. I'll get it right at some point. It's been a long night, folks. And for those who need a history lesson, oh, as he bounces Ignacio off the Spanish announce table. Blue Hood, when he first came to MNW, was known as Daver Boy. And then after an unfortunate incident where he was taken over by a parasitic entity, he broke free and came back reforged as Daver Man. But eventually he felt the trying to always play by the rules wasn't getting the job done and reforged himself again as the Blue Hood. Oh! Ignacio had him on the ropes, but Daver, or Blue Hood, wow, the nostalgia got me. He has rallied, but again, Ignacio trying to get him on the ropes, literally in this case. And, oh, here it goes. All right, hit him with, well, looks like, oh, knee to the face, or arm. And again, take him around the world. And I think he is getting set up. I know he would love to get the Hood set up for that Nacho Storm. Starting with an arm drag takedown. Is that going to get it done? Nope, he's going for a pin. And Blue Hood kicks out right away. Oh! Running Bulldog. Daver. I've got Daver stuck in the head. Blue Hood is feeling it. Something lit a fire under him. Oh, from the top. Well, wait, that's Looked like maybe Los Villanos is trying to mess with him. That is the music of Strongman Bill! Strongman Bill came out with a chair assist for Ignacio, and the Hood doesn't care. He just got busted open, is bleeding, and still got Ignacio into a pinning predicament. I think the taunting from El Albatros earlier has ignited something in the Hood. Oh, the Hood just pulled a fast one on Ignacio. Oh, Tope Suicida! And the Hood is just bringing it to him. And I just realized the Hood is just bringing it straight. I have yet to see a single bound, a vertical, or even a speeding bullet. And up and down. One. Count out at kick out at one. All right. Bit of a wind-up for that discus punch, but I think it did the job. Oh, just a knee to the face.
And your winner, the Blue Hood.
And there you have it, folks. Without even calling on any of his signature moves, the Blue Hood emerges victorious even after the taunting from El Albatros and the mind games of Ignacio Cervantes. And what that leaves us with is one of the most straightforward questions you can have, and that is what's next as we are on the march to Future Shock. We only have 2 more shows between now and the pay-per-view. And we know on the 23rd at the Go Home show, we're getting the final of the Best of 7 series. And probably that night will also, if I make sure the scheduling works, will be the Fatal 4-Way to take on Johan. All that and so much more. But for now, well, we are out of time. So thank you all very much for joining us. And I have been your host, Jerry Aldini. Good night.